Good morning, everybody. Danny Alvarez, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office spokesperson. We're here today at 1:27. We got a call to 19318 Garden Quilt Circle. The initial call came in as a suicidal subject. When deputies arrived, they found a scene involving a female that had been stabbed as well as an individual. When they tried to figure out what was going on and evaluate, a male subject ran into the bathroom and barricaded himself. Immediately, the deputies secured the scene, grabbed the rest of the family outside of the home, and began rendering aid to the female. The female was transported to St. Joe's, Maine, and she is currently in stable condition. Inside the home was a father, a mother, which was the one that was stabbed, as well as a child, the wife of the suspect, as well as the suspect himself. Upon interviewing that family, deputies determined that that was the suicidal subject that they had been called upon, and he had actually stabbed himself. The weapon was a screwdriver. That is actually the same screwdriver that had stabbed the mother and the woman that was transported to St. Joe's. At 1:50 in the morning, the special teams were called out, as you saw here behind us. That included the SWAT team, the bomb team, as well as the negotiators. That's the standard package that comes to one of these scenes. Just in case we need any of their assets, they're already here on scene, ready to deploy as we go along. All efforts were made to try to negotiate with this suspect. The suspect was barricaded in the bathroom and minimize any injury to him. We understood that he was injured, and that was a priority, and that was a worry for us. We didn't want him getting further hurt inside that bathroom. So we tried to make contact with the suspect. The suspect was in the bathroom, so we looked through the window. We couldn't find him. We tried to talk through the door. We weren't being very successful in those kind of communications. So we broke through that window to try to further that communication. After that yielded negative results, we deployed 2 canisters of OC, which is what you heard. After that happened, we still weren't getting a whole lot of response, but we got some. We breached the bathroom, and he was not being responsive and not being cooperative, so we deployed a taser, and at that point we captured him and placed him in custody. The SWAT team then brought him outside of the house, rendering immediate first aid, where we turned him over to the Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, and he's being transported to St. Joe's, Maine, as we speak. The scene is still a very active scene. Crime scene has been called out, as well as a warrant is being written to be issued so we can search to evaluate the scene as what called us to the scene at the beginning of the crime. The suspect's name, and let me spell this for you, is Serkan Ceylani, Serkan Ceylani, with a date of birth of 3/8/77. He did stab himself with injury to the neck that we saw. And his condition is unknown, and he's being transported to St. Joe's, Maine under a trauma alert initiated by Fire Rescue. What are your questions? She's in stable condition, as we understand. This is his mother that he stabbed.
Any information that he had prior issues with suicidal thoughts, mental issues, or is this something that happened and he just...
Jason, it's too early for that. It's a good question. It's too early for that. We know he had no prior criminal history or record with us, but of his prior mental states, we don't know.
Can you repeat that name one more time?
You got it. I'm going to pronounce it. I hope I'm not messing it up too bad. Serkan Ceylani, Serkan Ceylani. I believe it's Turkish descent.
Did the mother live with them here?
I don't know. That's too early to tell. Anything else?
So was the call was because he was being suicidal, and then did he stab his mother? Or
That sequence of events, I'm not sure of just yet. That scene is clearly that investigation is developing. It was very chaotic when they first got there. So it started as a suicidal subject, and then we came in and saw that there had been a stabbing. So.
and you said 2
Driver. I mean, that's certainly.
I can't talk to why he used that. It might have been a weapon of opportunity. It might have been just laying there. I have no idea.
So the child and the dad who were also in there, how are they?
They seem to be fine. They weren't injured in this incident, and they were secured.
The man's wife in there too?
That's correct.
So
Right.
5 people in the home.
You got it.
Okay. What are canisters of OC?
That's the tear gas. You typically would call that tear gas. They just got deployed in there to try to get him out. Any other questions? All right, folks, thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it.